I am Laura Wasowitz, Curator of Children's Literature at the American Antiquarian Society. The writings of 19th century children and youth reveal lively imaginations and inquisitive minds as young writers chronicled their daily lives, wrote stories and poetry, expressed their beliefs and values, made jokes, and commented on serious issues of the day. Thanks to the historic Children's Voices Project funded by the National Endowment for the Humanities, AAS staff has cataloged and scanned 300 items, providing over 12,000 pages of digitized images from children's diaries, manuscript newspapers, and printed books and pamphlets created by children and youth under age 20. Today, I am going to show you how to find the voices of children and youth in the printed books and pamphlets housed in the AAS Children's Literature Collection. This can be done by searching the AAS online catalog. Our catalog records contain information about the author, title, and topics mentioned in the text, but they do not contain complete word-by-word transcriptions of the text. You can see the text by viewing scanned versions of the text digitized for the Historic Children's Voices Project, or by reading the original items in the AAS reading room. At AAS, we use a controlled vocabulary of subject headings. These subject headings provide access to topics discussed in a work, like adventure, death, and racism. We also use genre headings that refer to types of literature found in a book, like juvenile literature or amateur books. Here are some tips for finding this rich material using the AAS catalog. From the AAS website, click on the tab for Collections, then click on the tab for Search Library Catalog. The AAS Children's Literature Collection consists of 30,000 books and pamphlets. Most of them were written by adults for young people aged 0 to 19. All these works have the genre heading Juvenile Literature in the catalog records describing them. If you search the AAS catalog for the genre Juvenile Literature alone, the search yield will be truncated to 10,000 entries. So it is important to combine the search with another keyword. A smaller subset of the AAS Children's Literature Collection, about 200 titles, was produced by young people under age 20 for their peers. All these works have the genre heading Juvenilia, as well as the genre heading Juvenile Literature in the catalog records describing them. And many of these pieces of juvenilia were printed on tabletop presses that became widely available in the 1860s, like this one. Works printed on these presses also get the heading Amateur Books in their catalog records and can be searched that way. I am going to walk you through a few searches of these amateur books produced by teenagers to see the types of rich content available in this scanned resource. A keyword search of the AAS catalog for amateur books yields 334 records. 153 of them were updated for the Historic Children's Voices Project. Each record describes one title that has one or more physical copies. A keyword search combining amateur books and adventure yields 40 records, a popular topic among amateur journalists. One of these titles is The Boy Counterfeiter by Clifton. When I click on more about this item, I discover that Clifton is a pseudonym used by 14-year-old John Clifford Worthington. And when I click on Find Similar Items, I find that the story is about juvenile delinquents train hopping in Philadelphia. So I can hardly wait to click on the link Scanned Images Available Here to read the scanned copy. A keyword search combining amateur books and works by women yields 14 records, reflecting the fact that girls and young women were a small but active minority in amateur journalism. When I click on the link for A Little Game by Buffalo amateur Adeline Knapp, and then on more about this item, I find that 17-year-old Del Knapp eventually moved to San Francisco, where she became a journalist for the San Francisco Call. When I click on Find Similar Items, I find that A Little Game is a humorous story about a swindler operating in Buffalo, giving me a sense of what I am going to read. And now, stay tuned for my colleague Alan, who will help you search the AAS catalog for manuscripts created by young people. Happy searching.
My name is Alan Mendieta Rabandeira, and I'm an acquisitions assistant and NEH cataloger. I will guide you through several ways of searching the AAS catalog for materials written and printed by children, cataloged as part of the Historic Children's Voices grant. All the materials of this grant are tagged with the name Historic Children's Voices in the catalog record. Type this name in the keyword search tab and click on the name keyword from the Within drop-down menu to browse the full list that includes all formats. All catalog records have subject and genre headings. These are specific terms used to group materials into distinct categories based on their subject matter or format. They can be used by themselves to perform broad searches or can be combined with other terms to narrow results. For example, all the written newspapers in the grant have the genre heading Manuscript Newspapers. You can type this in the search box and select the genre/form keyword category. Another example of a broad search will be typing Education and selecting the subject keyword category to browse all materials relating to school and education. It is important to use the name of the grant with the name keyword category in all searches. If not, the list of results will have unrelated materials from other AAS collections. Narrow searches combine multiple kinds of search terms and are the most effective way to find specific materials. For example, we will try to find a Civil War manuscript newspaper by performing a narrow search. We will start by typing manuscript newspapers in the first search bar and selecting genre/form keyword in the Within drop-down menu. Then we will type Civil War in the second search bar and select subject keyword. Lastly, we will type the name of the grant and select the name keyword category. We could also select filters below to narrow our search even further. Useful ones in general are rearranges, using book or manuscript/archival material in the type of material drop-down menu, or selecting a specific state in the place of publication drop-down menu. In this case, we will only use the 3 search boxes we have already filled out. And here's one that looks interesting, the Illustrated News. Click here to find images of the full text from the catalog record. Searching for author names can be a bit trickier, since there are often people with the same name or with different spellings. It is best to still use the keyword search tab to build a search. For example, to find the Amateur Oddfellows by L.E. Tilden, start by typing the last name, in this case Tilden, and selecting the author main entry keyword category. Then type the name of the grant and select the name keyword category. And here is the direct catalog record for this book. Last names are more unique than first names and will yield more relevant results. This grant allowed staff to do much work to identify the names of these children and be able to tell their stories. Now Ashley, our curator of manuscripts, will tell you more about the Historic Children's Voices website and how to navigate it.
Hello, I'm Ashley Cataldo, curator of manuscripts at the American Antiquarian Society, and I'm here to guide you through the web portal for the NEH-funded Historic Children's Voices project at AAS. The Historic Children's Voices website was designed to be friendly to teachers, professors, grad students, and general researchers. To find the project website, simply navigate to the Collections tab on the AAS homepage and select Digital Resources in the drop-down menu. Select Historic Children's Voices from that page. From the project website, you can access digital images of original handwritten newspapers and diaries written by children, as well as images of tiny printed books that they made themselves on tabletop presses. And you can find lesson plans and guides for the classroom. For those who are interested in jumping right into the sources, we recommend you begin by exploring the Primary Sources Digital Library to find links to images of newspapers, diaries, and booklets created by children. We have also provided selected transcriptions of handwritten sources for you to use in scholarship or in the classroom. For instance, the Diaries and Poems link will lead you to a list of every child's handwritten diary we digitized for the grant. Clicking on one collection could take you to multiple diaries created by one child, as in the case of Edmund Quincy Sewell, or a single diary written by a child, as in the case of Julia Dodge. Clicking on each collection link will take you to a description of the diary or diaries, a transcription of the diary if it exists, and digital images of each page of the original diary. We followed a similar model for the newspaper section. For the printed books, you will find item descriptions and digital images of the original resources, but no transcriptions. The Research Tools portion of the website will give you access to additional resources for further reading and guides to finding additional AAS primary sources related to the lives of children. This is where you can find links to digital exhibitions, videos, articles, and blog posts published by AAS, and links to the Games, Maps, and Drawings collections. You can read an article about voices missing from the website, with reflections by curatorial staff about gaps in the AAS collections, and also locate guides on searching the AAS General Catalog. From our For Educators link, you will find a combination of materials for K-12 teachers and professors. We have provided guides to manuscript diaries and newspapers that will help K-12 teachers select material from the project for their own lesson plans, along with suggestions for activities and curriculum matches. We have also worked with teachers from across the country to create ready-to-use lesson plans for a variety of grade levels. And we have more in-depth essays for advanced students and college-age learners. And finally, our Programs tab takes you to a portal for accessing photos and videos of programming we created to share material included in the project. Here you can find links to videos of our 2024 two-day symposium with scholars working on children's writing and publishing, in addition to copies of the papers they delivered. AAS seeks to be a place where people of all ages are welcome to explore and appreciate works created by children. So visit our website to begin your journey. If you have questions about this project, please email us at the address in the description below. Thank you for your interest in the American Antiquarian Society.